you soon. Next concert, nisikose ticket. Okay, thank you very much. And of course, right now it's about that time where we take a look at some proper pronunciations. Jesse, what word do we have today?
Well, we'll definitely delve into that. You know, we're done with the Sheng and now we go into the proper Queen's English pronunciation. And as you well know, Willis the One Master is joining us. I'm from Kisumu. Willis, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to see you. How was your week?
Yes, fine, thanks. And I just want to say that every Kenyan is a hero in his or her own way. And you see, like what we have just listened to and even watched from Calligraph Jones, it's a question of knowing what you are up to and knowing it like the back of your hand. Jesse, how has your week been?
My week has been quite okay. You know, we've got to see the OG himself, Calligraph Jones, so I can definitely not complain.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The word on the street, as usual, as we kickstart this segment of Mind Your Language.
Heroical. Heroical. Heroical.
Heroically. Heroically. Heroically.
Heroically. Heroically. Heroically. Heroically. Heroically. Heroically.
Halaikola. Halaikola. Halaikola.
Heroically. Heroically. Heroically.
Heroically. Heroically.
Heroically.
Heroically. Heroically. Heroically.
Well, Willis, how exactly do you pronounce this word?
See, this word is a bit, it's common but a bit tricky because we have the word hero. Hero. We say hero and the plural is heroes. But when we talk about this adverb, we don't say now heroically. Heroically, no. You say heroically. Heroically. But you can also say heroically with the weak sound in kali. Heroically or heroically. But remember, we also say heroic, not heroic. Heroine, not heroine. And you also say heroin when we are talking about the legal drug.
Okay, heroically. I hope I got it correctly.
Heroically.
Heroically. Heroically.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Now, the next word is an adjective from the word legend, if I'm not wrong. The word is legendary. Is it legendary or legendary? How do you pronounce this?
Both are acceptable, Jesse. You say legendary, but you can also say legendary with the weak sound. The weak sound legendary or legendary. But remember, in American English, or whoever is inclined to American English would say legendary. Legendary.
Legendary. That's American English.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to the next. Now, it's a mouthful, supposed to mean an excessively talkative person. Fleabetijibit. I hope I'm correct. Fleabetijibit. Is that how you pronounce it, Will?
That word is tricky, Jesse. You say fleabetijibit. Fleabetijibit, but you can also say bet at the terminal part. That is the ending with the weak sound e. Fleabetijibit or fleabetijibet. Fleabetijibit or fleabetijibet. And in fact, you know, when we have such big words, there are people who love big words. But as I always say, languages are for communication. So if you can have a way in which you can get a simpler word, you can use it. But here we say fleabetijibit or fleabetijibet. As you correctly put it, that is a person who is not only, talking too much or talking a lot of silly things or about silly things, but a person who is also not serious enough in whatever he or she talks about.
Fleabatigibit.
Fleabatigibit or fleabatigibit.
Okay. I think we'll just move on to the next word.
Yes.
I'm sure Kenyans have understood that. Vitamin or vitamin? How do you pronounce it? Vitamins or vitamins?
In British English, and when I refer to British English, remember I'm referring to RP, that is received pronunciation, and its approximations. You say vitamin, British, but remember in American English, vitamin, that diphthong I, vitamin, that is in American English.
So both can pass?
Yes, both can pass, and it depends on who is inclined to which English. Because you see, we always prefer the British English as the standard English, or what we may call the English English. But Jesse, languages being versatile as they are, we cannot become prescriptive. That is, insisting that on as in art is difficult. You find people use different forms of English. That is why we talk about world Englishes.
Okay, Willis, well put. Let's move on. A word that is used to mean a person who's adorned with jewels. Is it bejeweled or bejeweled? How do you put it, Willis?
You say bejeweled, bejeweled, a bejeweled person. From the word jewel, bejeweled. But we have jeweler and jewelry. Jewelry or jewelry, jeweler, jewel, and then bejeweled.
All right, Willis, over to the next word, meant to mean a conversation like one we're having right now. Colloquy, colloquy, how do you put it, Willis?
Oh, you say colloquy exactly the way you said it. You know, one day I decided to commend the person who handled you and Ashley in English, that is in school. And I'm really shocked that this tricky word, Jesse, you've got it right. Many people talk of colloquy, but it's colloquy, a conversation. But when we have that monologue or somebody talking on stage alone, you talk of soliloquy, not soliloquy. So, colloquy is the correct pronunciation of that word.
Okay, I'm surely enjoying this colloquy with Willis, the word master. That's just an example in a sentence. Let's move on. And the action of freeing or state of being free from an obligation or liability. Is it exemption or exemption? How do you pronounce the first vowel E?
It takes the short sound E. Exemption. You say exemption.
Exemption, yes.
To be exempted from something. Exemption, yes.
Okay, thank you. Expression of fact or forming united whole. We're talking about cohesion, but many are fond of saying cohesion. Kindly put this into perspective, Willis.
Exactly the way you put it, Jesse. Many people say cohesion, but it's cohesion. Cohesion, the way you put it. We have that voiced sound, j, cohesion. Just like we say cohesive, not cohesive, cohesive. And you also say adhesion, from adhere, and you also say adhesive, not adhesive, adhesion, cohesion, cohesive. We have to avoid all those. We say cohesion, cohesive, adhesion, and adhesive.
Okay, thank you, Willis, for clarifying that. Over to the next word, the music instrument that is made from a tube with holes. Is it a flute, a flute? How do you pronounce it?
What people should avoid is saying flute. Flute, no. You say flute with the long sound oo. Flute. Just like brute. You don't say a brute. You say a brute. Brute. Flute.
Okay, flute. Thank you so much. The last but not the least, honorary. How do we put this word? Is the H silent? A lot of contention in this particular word. Is it honorary or honorary?
You say honorary. That H, the letter, by the way, the name of that letter in the English alphabet, or the name by which that letter is identified in the English alphabet is H. H. So that H is silent. You say honorary, an honorary degree, not a honorary degree. You say an honorary degree, and you use that indefinite article an because the word begins with a vowel sound. Oh, honorary, not honorary. Just like the word hour, not hour. You also say honorable, honorable. Very common locally, you hear people honorable so and so. In fact, as I always say, nobody is perfect, not even Willis. But getting it right is very important when it comes to careers of serious communication. So, H is silent.
Okay, honorary. Thank you for that, Willis. Let's move over to the surprise words and perhaps the confusing words that you came up with during the week.
Well, in the first place, we'll have to handle the feedbacks very fast.
Okay.
And Dr. Lawrence Manyura Oriki of Kisii, you say yacht. That leisure boat is not a yacht, it's a yacht. Yachting club, not yachting club. So Dr. Lawrence Manyura Oriki of Kisii, I hope you've got it right, and our other viewers, and that is the dear viewers of KTN. Eric Kimani of Odaya, you say actuary, actuarian, and delete. Delete. Don't delete. 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 Can you an odor? Odor. You talk of odor when we are referring to the bad smell. Odor. O-D-O-U-R. Odor. Don't say odor or odor. Odor is for O-R-D-E-R. Professor Ondicho Wycliffe of Mwingi, you say colors. Callouses and callosity for your three words. Mr. Crispinas Owino and Mr. David Mayaka of Cardinal Otunga High School, Mosocho, keep it up. This is where you get the standard pronunciations, or what we call RP, and their approximation. So Owino and Mayaka, and keep it up, because we love people who give children knowledge. Eddie Yahoo's Danger of Mombasa, you say coast. Coast, that is C-O-A-S-T, coast. But C-O-S-T is cost, the cost of something. But an area, you say coast, coast. Martha Amondi of Jacaranda Academy in Kisumu and Charles Ojuang, you say conscious, conscious. Then conscience. Don't say conscience, it's conscience. Then you say concise, concise. Mwalimu Vidija Dalizu of Eldoret, Bougainvillea. Stephen Wambua, you say thanks and thanksgiving, thanksgiving. You don't say thanksgiving, you say thanksgiving, and you also say thanks. But in American or Australian English, you may hear of thanks or thank you. Job Mushoki of Nairobi, unconscionable, unconscionable. Then we have Sir Rodex Sylvia of Meru, environment and economy. Peter Njoroge of St. Patrick in Juja sub-county, you say ma and plateau. Very tricky words. Wakili Edward of Nairobi, de jure or de jure. Don't say de jure. De jure is very common locally, but you say de jure and de facto. The last word you say council. Additions, council. Don't say cancel. Cancel is for C-A-N-C-E-L. But C-O-U-N-S-E-L is council. Defense council. Now we go straight to for tonight. Many themselves say paltry. Paltry. But this word is pronounced as poultry. And it means an amount of something that is too small to be useful or too small to be important for anybody. Now you say poultry, don't say paltry, and don't say alter, to alter something for changing. You say to alter something, that verb. Then we have alternative. Alternative, which functions both as a noun and also as an adjective, but you say alternative, not alternative. Now, when we come to confusing words, to set a precedent, precedent, an example, or something that can be relied upon in future or on another issue. To set a precedent, P-R-E-C-E-D-E-N-T, is precedent. But please, this title, like when we're talking about the head of state, don't say president so and so. President, this S takes the voiced sound Z. So you say president, president so and so, but to set a precedent. Then when we talk about what we always give you, only here on KTN, and that is when it comes to phonetic symbols, if you like, sound symbols. When you look at this symbol, you should know that it is the unvoiced or the voiceless sound sh, sh, like in fission, fission. This is in biology or chemistry and even physics, if you like. You say fission. So we have the sound sh, and the symbol or the phonetic symbol is right here. Just like when you are talking about the word shop, shop. The first sound in phonetic transcription that you'll see is this one, and that is sh, fission. This side has the voiced sound j, j. It's a very tricky sound in English phonology. That is in the sound system of English language. You say j, vision, vision. Like you can see the transcription here, vision, vision. Television, not television. Vision, no. Vision. Casual worker, not casual or casual or casual. You say casual. That S takes that sound. So we have this symbol sh and this one j, which you should always remember. And that, in fact, this time came from my cameraman, that is Nicholas Mburu. And I told him, thank you, Mburu, for that. Now, I may come back to you if you have any word, Jesse, or if Ashley has anything for me, or I can just call it a night.
Perhaps before we let you go, Willis, just one word, briefly. Is it candidly? Yes. How do you pronounce that word, candidly?
Oh, you simply say the way you have pronounced it.
Okay.
Candid,
okay.
Candidly. Candid is the adjective, and then candidly is the adverb, Jesse.
Okay, so much response. That was from Comrade Kutende from Lucky Summer, and he's surely enjoying your segment, Willis. So thank you so much. Always this in Friday. And
if you want also to interact with me throughout the week, or as we'll start next week, it's always at Willis Ochieng 1. But if you want to get it, the right way, practically, always don't miss Friday.